Trading Bell, brought to you by SBM Bank.
When you take advantage of opportunities today, you will confidently step into a smarter tomorrow. SBM Bank, for a smarter tomorrow.
Well, that's the sound that tells you it's time to take a look at what's happening in the world of business. And today, we are from the Nairobi Securities Exchange, where we are glad to be hosting the Chief Executive Officer for MTN Uganda, Wim Vanhelleputte, who is going to be talking to us about some interesting developments in their business and why they are setting their sights on the Kenyan market. Welcome to Nairobi. Karibu sana. And pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you so much for hosting us this morning. It's a pleasure to be here in Nairobi and at the Securities Exchange. Looking forward, to some exciting day ahead of us. We were already here yesterday because CMA Kenya has approved the advertising campaign for our IPO. Yeah. So that's why we decided to come here and tell Kenya about what's happening on the other side of the border with our IPO. All
right. Well, you've let the cat out of the bag. Let me get some more insights into this. Of course, MTN is big in Uganda. You also have a presence in South Sudan, as well as Rwanda. And Kenya is a fairly advanced market when you look at the telco business. And perhaps let's just begin from there. Why Kenya?
Well, we are listing on the USC, the Uganda Securities Exchange. We're doing our IPO as part of our license renewal obligation. And we have requested for authorization from the CMA in Kenya to be able to advertise and promote the IPO also within Kenya, which means that now I'm allowed to sit here and talk to you. We're also allowed to run advertising in the newspapers. We're allowed to go on radio, have a press conference. Because, of course, Kenyans or anybody else in the world, you can always participate in the IPO. But the difference is that the CMA gave us approval to actively advertise and do the marketing of the IPO within this jurisdiction. All right. So it's exciting moments because the Kenyan capital markets are more advanced, I would say, more developed. Sure. So there's a longer history in Kenya, Nairobi, of course, on the stock exchange here. So we believe, that by promoting and actively advertising the IPO, we're going to have some very good interest from the market here. There is a big giant working here on half of the stock exchange, Safaricom. So the Kenya market, of course, is very familiar. Not say that we are in the same league. I think we are a bit smaller, but the Kenyan investor in general, I think they're very familiar with telco, with mobile money. So this is a good opportunity for us to actively, tell the Kenyan market about this investment opportunity.
Fantastic. And Vin, just talk to us about the size of the business to get a better appreciation and, of course, some history behind this. And
sure. So MTN Uganda today has 15.5 million customers. We started in 1998, so that's 23 years. We're now in Uganda, 23. We've been growing consistently. We're the biggest taxpayer or tax contributor because we collect a lot of tax on behalf and we're passing it on. Sure. So biggest employer when you add all the mobile money agents, like 150, 200,000. So yeah, we are big in Uganda. Okay, the company is valued now at about 1.2 billion. So that 20% IPO is a ticket of $250 million, which I think is one of the biggest IPOs in East Africa for the last 10 years or more. So it is significant for Uganda, of course, because we're basically going to double the size of the USC by just the one listing. But then even on an East African scale, 250 million is quite significant. So yeah, it's very exciting, and that's why, you know, we cannot do this without coming here and tell the Kenya market about this.
All right. And Kenyan investors are quite very peculiar in terms of just understanding their risk appetite. And coming to a market that is fairly developed, as like you said it, and looking at the number of listings we have, we are north of the region of over 50 companies being listed in our market. Just talk to us about what steps are you going to see in the next coming weeks and months, especially are we going to see roadshows by MTN, just trying to ramp up investor sentiment across the market? So
the offer period opened on 11th of October. Okay, so we're already 4 weeks in the period. We're actually closing in 2 weeks' time, 22nd November. So it's actually short period of time remaining in the market. We have done already quite extensive roadshows, a lot of international. Now with the webinars and the Teams and the Zoom, you don't have to travel the whole world anymore, so that's easy. We've also been on an upcountry roadshow in Uganda, upcountry. My whole executive committee, we went for 10 days, traveling the entire country, talking, you know, to the general public, to our customers about the offer. A lot of work in terms of financial inclusion, explanation, education about stock markets and how it works. But there's been a very exciting journey because there is definitely a lot of interest, and the idea of the listing is really a localization. Okay, so the obligation is list, but it's really about localization. So when we negotiated our license renewal, we looked at this and said, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. Today we only have 2 shareholders. Okay, big company like ourselves, 2 shareholders is not enough. It's not good. So we looked at this and said, why can't we turn this into an opportunity, as it's an obligation, but let's turn it into an opportunity to onboard thousands and thousands of Ugandan and East African retail investors. So we have made it very easy for our customers in particular to participate. You can use your phone. You open up an SCD account with a USE using your phone. No paperwork, no signature, because we are using the KYC from our SIM registration as KYC for opening up the SCD account on the stock exchange. So you open up your account using your phone, you apply and pay for your shares using MTN Mobile Money, so you can do the entire thing in 5 minutes from wherever you are using your phone. And then to really make it attractive, we decided to give 5% bonus shares to all East Africans, not just Ugandans. All East Africans benefit from 5% bonus shares. And then if you use the MTN Mobile Money phone and the way you onboard, just as I've described, you're getting an additional 5%. So that also shows, you know, our commitment to make this a success for the Ugandan and also the East African retail.
And this brings me to my next question. Of course, in any business, you have to anticipate whether there'll be an oversubscription or an undersubscription. And I just want to hear from you. How do you intend to tackle this in the event that it goes either way?
Well, first of all, we don't know yet. We're still 2 weeks in the period, so it's you know, they call it the hockey stick. So there's some kind of a curve, and towards the end it starts accelerating. So you don't know the acceleration should be starting now. But the early days, at least so far, we have more than doubled the number of SCD accounts. The whole of the USC in Uganda has about 30,000 SCD accounts. We have now more than doubled. We have added already more than 50,000 additional new SCD accounts. So it gives you an idea about the appetite for Ugandan retail to participate. And we will see, you know, how it evolves over the next 10 days. We will know. Under subscription, over subscription, you know, we're giving it our best shot. Let's see where we land. They're telling me, you know, the last week everything can change. Either it's a great disappointment or a great success. We don't know yet. But the early signs, at least so far, the feedback has been very positive. And yeah, we're very excited about this, especially about, you know, the retail onboarding. Because that's as I said, the spirit of the license obligation was to get retail investors coming on board. Not just 10 or 20 big institutional investors taking up the ticket and, you know, you tick the box and you say it's done. No, the real objective is or was to get thousands of retail investors. So this is like democratizing access to the capital markets. It should be, and we strongly believe it will be, a game changer for the USE, just like the Safaricom listing, I think 12 or 13 years ago was a massive game changer for this exchange. We do believe that the MTN and Uganda IPO is going to be a similar kind of game changer. There will be a before and an after the MTN IPO, the listing in Uganda, we believe.